This will be episode 144 for you guys today. Once my co-hosts go ahead and join us today, we'll go ahead and get today's episode started. What's up, Kurt?
What's going on, brother?
Not much, man. Not much.
Good, man. That's good, man.
What's up, Rob? Oh, he ain't come with a Knicks jersey on. You should have did that last week when we was talking about the East.
Yeah, I know.
What's up,
I know.
Fred?
I didn't have it yet, though.
What's up, my boy?
Actually,
Oh, you just got? Would you get a new one?
yeah, I got. Yeah, Kenna got me this one.
Bronson. Oh, okay.
So that boy shine bright when the lights on.
Mm-hmm. He does.
I know you had a quickly one. Did you get rid of the quickly one now?
No, I have it. I still have it. I'm still gonna wear that. I mean, I still like Quickly. It's not like I hate him, but
I do.
that man was ready to get the bag. There's no way we were about to pay him. So
Okay, that's no.
he's about to get like 25 mil, probably 20 or 25 mil. I would bet.
Yeah, you can't play 2 point guards that.
No, and like in hindsight, like the deal for Brunson is like a freaking steal now. Like,
yes,
for real.
We're not even paying him that much money, to be honest.
Okay.
Y'all got
For like a little play, but yeah.
So y'all started for 3 or 4 years.
I think it was at least 4. I think it was 4 or 5.
Really?
Yeah.
Ain't no way it was 5. It was like 94 mil for 5 years.
It was like 100. It was like over 100 mil.
Was it? I thought it was
He
like
signed through. I think he signed through like 2027 or 2028 or something like that.
Here, I'll look it up real quick before we start.
And the value of the contract goes down each year.
It was a $104 million deal or a 4-year. Dang, Rob, that was a steal.
Definitely was.
Yeah. Everyone was saying he was overpaid.
I thought he was gonna be. I didn't know he was gonna turn up like this, but he did. He did help Luka back then to get to the Western Conference.
Like he was going dumb on the Mavs. I didn't know he was gonna be out like this though.
Yeah.
He's the truth. But we'll go ahead and get started. All right. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. This is your host Thomas Sire from Onthehop Podcast. Today, this will be episode 144 for you guys today. I'm joined by my 3 co-hosts, Curtis Green, Rob Sarasula, and Fred Harris, all joining us, or will all be here for episode 144. So we're going to kick things off by sharing our NBA point guard Mount Rushmore list. What NBA point guards do you guys have in mind in your Mount Rushmore list? It looks like Curtis is ready, Fred's ready.
Yeah, I mean, I started off, I ain't never afraid to go first. I mean, I feel like, obviously, the first 2 is going to be the same for pretty much everybody. It's Magic and Steph. After that, a little bit controversial. I don't think so. I mean, you got, like, Oscar Robinson's definitely up there. And then, as, like, a pure point guard, as in just like this dude just being a point guard. I mean, I have to put John Stockton up there. It's my 4. So my 4 is like Magic, Steph, Oscar Robinson, and John Stockton.
That's a good one. Good Mount Rushmore.
Okay. I have a rebuttal. I'm going, Magic, Steph, Oscar Robertson, but since I'm a Lakers fan, Jerry West. Just saying. Jerry West is up there for sure. Come on now. Boy played defense too.
Yeah, but I mean, as a point, you see John Stockton's assist numbers? Crazy.
We worry about him right now. What about Jerry West?
He has like 40 games of like 20 plus assists. Like the dude's ridiculous.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Mm-hmm. I can give him that, but Jerry West up there.
It's tough,
Sure.
man. It's tough. I mean, you could put a bunch of people up there. Like at least you could probably put for that fourth spot. You could put at least 6 different people there. Would be
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go Steph, Magic, Oscar, and you know what? Let's go with Gary Payton.
Yeah,
Just because defense. Screw it.
Hey, yeah,
Gary
something
Payton.
different. Something different.
Something different, man. You know, not many people talk about him anymore, and he was the glove, man. Yeah.
Right.
I don't know.
Gary
I don't know if he's up there with Jerry West and John
Yeah.
Stockton.
Yeah. That's just the thing. Like he was a great point guard. I'm not gonna take, but like Gary Payton on the Mount Rushmore. That's a little wild.
I don't know.
A little
I don't
wild.
know. That fourth one's hard.
That fourth one is hard. There's definitely a couple different people you can put in that fourth spot.
For sure.
Yeah. I mean, Isaiah Thomas could be in the argument, maybe.
Chris Paul could be in the argument if you think about it.
Chris Paul. Yeah.
Yeah. As a pure point guard, yes. Not, the
not anything else.
Ratio is ridiculous.
If we're talking pure point guards, you could throw Steve Nash in there. Jason Kidd.
Yeah.
They're all really good. I feel like Jason Kidd wasn't good for long enough, though.
Yeah, his stretch out long enough.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard. Like it's a toss up for me on the fourth spot. Honestly,
Jason Kidd was a very good player, but he's a little overhyped to me.
Yeah, he wasn't nothing. He was really good, but he wasn't I don't know. I don't think he's necessarily elite. But
yeah. I wouldn't put him in the elite company.
No. What you think, Tom?
All right, so I agree with y'all for the top 3. So the fourth one was really hard, but I got Magic, Steph, Oscar Robertson, and I'm gonna give the last one to Chris Paul, okay? Because I think all four of those players are really what you want to be as a point guard. You got Magic, who is the best playmaker in NBA history in terms of controlling the offense, being a flashy playmaker. And first, you don't know about that, but the way how he played at his size, making those big moments, the flashy passing. Then you had Steph. He was a fantastic. He has one of the most fantastic handles that I've seen in this generation. Greatest shooter of all time, really changed the game of basketball forever. Then Oscar Robertson set the tone for really what triple doubles really are and what they really mean in the NBA, especially with Russell Westbrook for what he's done for our generation when it comes to terms of triple doubles. But Chris Paul, I got to put him in there because his resume, he doesn't have the resume. But in terms of how to play the point guard position, I have to say it because he didn't get the nickname point guard for no reason. The pick and roll action, I've never seen a point guard play a pick and roll game better than Chris Paul. And the man was active in terms of
timeout.
What you mean timeout?
Let's not skip over John Stockton and Karl Malone. That was their whole
was
game.
Good. But
that was their whole game. Literally, I feel like they revolutionized the pick and roll. That was literally their whole thing. I mean, if they did a little bit better, they might have been able to win a championship. But that was like the pick and roll with them was like the entire thing that they did.
But this is my thing because John Stockton did have Karl Malone, like for most of his career when they played for the Jazz. Chris Paul really didn't have no dominant big man that he was just rolling it with whoever he really had.
But he was throwing it to Blake. He was throwing it. I mean, DeAndre Jordan is not no like dominant big man, but I mean he used to jump out the gym
for alley-oop. That's about it. You
right. And you just throw it up
there. Pick and roll. The Lob City was crazy in LA for years, but it's easy to do it. You got one of the best big men to do it, and then you're one of the best point guard also. But they did set the tone for pick and roll. I really think the way Chris Paul, I'll say those two are neck and neck in terms of running the pick and roll offense.
But you know who should have been up there if it wasn't for his knees?
You
Derek.
said what's for his niche?
Derek.
Oh, Derrick Rose.
Yep.
Yeah.
He would have been up there.
I was really thinking, like, I was gonna say honorable mentions too. Y'all said some of them: Steve Nash, John Stockton, Jerry West. But really, I would if his prime just continued a little bit longer, I would throw Russell Westbrook. I would have to kind of
Definitely.
either in there.
I agree with that one. If the
His
Mount
prime.
Rushmore had like 6 people on it, Russell Westbrook would be on that joint.
Oh yeah.
Russell Westbrook would be on that joint. I couldn't
Oh,
give him
yeah.
that 5 spot, but that 6 spot, he is definitely there. I mean,
Yeah,
he averaged a triple double for what 4 or 5 seasons.
and he's all time leader in triple doubles now too.
Right. I mean, I don't know. I mean, where the NBA is going, we'll probably see something like that again, but I don't think we're going to see that for a very long time.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, that's my 4th pick, Russell. That's my 4th pick.
Oh, so you taking out Gary Payton?
Yeah,
The
that's
only reason I couldn't put Russell on the Mount Rushmore is the turnovers.
Yeah.
The turnovers are crazy.
that, and like the way he fell off was kind of drastic. Like his offensive
Yeah.
game just like took a really
Yeah,
fast.
like one season he had like the best mid range in the game, and then the next season it was just terrible.
He couldn't shoot nothing
Yeah.
like at
Yeah.
all. He just lost it.
I,
I don't
Yeah.
know.
I feel like him. When you talk about players that their prime, like I mean, Russell Westbrook was elite for a long time, but like I think he just played like too fast. His style was just too fast for him to keep up longevity
I
wise.
mean, that's what happens.
That style of play can't keep up in your 30s.
Mm-mm.
That's why
Like
the
you're not.
shooters. That's why the shooters last the longest out of anyone because a jump shot,
You ain't
like
got to be.
Steph, for example,
You ain't
he
got
can
to be
play
physical
till
down there.
he's
You shooting that thing.
Steph can play till he's 40. I mean, he might move a little slower, but he can shoot. I mean, he's still gonna be able to shoot. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
even if he just started spotting up in the end of
Nah,
his
for
career,
real.
he'd
Turn
be
that dude
fine.
to Jigger Redick.
Yeah.
Yeah. That I think the next one we're gonna do Mount Rushmore though. I was thinking power forwards. I think we're gonna save that one for another day, but that would be fun. Power.
Okay.
Love to do a
Bet
power
that.
forward.
Mhm.
Yeah, we'll save that one
Give him
for.
some love. Give the big man some love.
Yeah,
Of course.
but we'll go ahead and move on to the next segment. I'm really intrigued to hear some people's answers in this. I won't say no names, but which NBA team's championship window do y'all think is closing very soon in the NBA? Go ahead, Rob.
Uh, sorry guys, but the first two that come to mind are the Lakers and Warriors. I mean, especially the Lakers. I mean, you just look at what they've been doing this year. LeBron's getting older. AD is getting on the older side, although he's not necessarily that old. I mean, do you truly think that they're beating the Nuggets
But,
or the Clippers in
but
the playoffs?
maybe the Clippers, not the Nuggets though.
No. I don't know, man. I feel like the best of their days is behind them. And same with the Warriors. I mean, they still fight in the playoffs. I mean, I'll give it to them. As long as you have Steph on your team, you always have a chance. Same thing with LeBron and the Lakers. But outside of that, I mean, it's hard to really get super excited. More so for the Lakers than the Warriors. Um, but what East team? What East team would I say? Probably
Cough,
the
cough,
Sixers. I mean,
cough, cough,
they
Thomas,
just
cough, cough.
the
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Sixers.
What? What?
I don't know the Heat. I feel like the Heat can hang around for a
We
little
got some.
while.
Yeah, we
I
got
mean,
some time.
how old is
Okay,
Jimmy?
okay.
We got some
Jimmy in his 30s.
time.
Jimmy in his 30s. Jimmy in like his mid 30s too. Jimmy like 33.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
my
Hold
God. Okay, well, once Jimmy is gone, Tom, you guys are screwed. I'm sorry,
Yo,
but
on. All right, let's relax. He got some time. He 34. He 34.
but the
34.
Sixers, bro. MB is gonna leave soon if they don't do something.
Yes, he is.
He's gonna leave, and without him, what are you? I mean, you have Maxey.
Maxi's he's definitely come on to the
Very
scene.
good.
Very
He's awesome. I like
that's
Maxey.
yeah.
But that's
I bet.
who do you got besides that?
Nobody.
I mean, they just got Buddy Hield, but I mean, he's not no like
I'm not
he's
excited
not
about
a,
Buddy Hield.
yeah he's not a game
He
changer.
can't play no defense at all.
Yeah.
That's why
He
the
can shoot that
Pacers
thing though.
got rid of him. And he's slow.
Yeah, you damn right. And he make bad decisions with the ball in his hand, but he can shoot that thing.
Yeah. I mean, as long as you have, like, ball movement, facilitation, and you have, like, a number 1 and 2, maybe even a 3 option.
I think Buddy Hield could definitely be a 3 on the team.
Yeah, sure.
He
I'll
got
give it to him.
4 once Embiid come back, I think.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah. But outside of that, they're just, like, not a good team. I don't think. They're a very flawed team. But yeah, those are my few.
Actually, Thomas, I take back the Heat statement that I made.
Yeah.
I will give it to you. Eric Spoelstra, he's probably top 2, like head coach in the league.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say that too.
Like that, the dude is ridiculous. He takes absolute nobodies and takes them to the finals.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they go to other teams, they're nowhere close to as good as they were in the Heat.
Mm-hmm.
Like but
That's the thing about the Heat culture. All you gotta do is shoot. You gotta be a good 3-point shooter. Gotta be willing to play defense and buckle down in the second half. And Eric Spoelstra will turn you into a pretty good player.
yeah, there's one thing. Eric, I don't know what he says to him at halftime on practice days. The boys play hard for him. The boys do play hard for him.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's got toddlers out there playing hard for him.
Rico's been good, by the way, guy. Kurt, what you think?
It's my turn. Anyways, I'm gonna keep it a whole stack. I can't even cap. Lakers aren't looking too good right now, man. You know what I mean? I just keep getting disappointed game after game, hoping we could somehow, some way lock them in, bro. But it don't seem like it's working. So I mean, it's gonna have a lot of movement gonna have to happen. I ain't gonna lie. But like this team to actually start working again. I mean, I feel like Braun could still make stuff happen. He just need another superstar. That's it. Other than that,
Another superstar? You got AD?
I don't care. AD take games off.
Too
We ain't worried about him. Right?
many.
He does.
Too many.
He does. He does.
Yeah,
So
bro. Also,
from the games that he's off when he's hurt, which honestly he's been pretty good this year on injuries.
Yeah.
Injuries. And then the games he just takes off because I guess he thinks you just toss the ball to LeBron and have him do whatever. But that's not a way to win a championship. Which is crazy though, because on that championship run, he didn't take no games off then.
he did not. He didn't.
But,
which is kind of disappointing. But I think let's say the Suns also is another team that's like kind of I don't see them doing anything. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I'm gonna eat them alive in the next segment. I'm just gonna get.
I also don't see them ever winning the championship. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, bro.
I don't see them winning the championship.
Oh, I mean, the Clippers also fall in that category too, just because, bro. You see, like, shit don't work out for them ever. It don't. I mean, you can get whoever you want, but like once they get there, they just turn to poop. Like we've seen it. Come on now.
I agree somewhat. I just think the Clippers are a cursed franchise. They might be the Cowboys of the NBA.
Real live. 545.
No shade to Thomas. It's just an analogy.
Yeah, I know.
But they could be the Cowboys of the NBA. Like they've had very good teams in the past. They just have never done anything with them.
That's true.
Like the Cowboys.
That's true, bro. Tell me.
The only thing is, like, I think that they have a really good shot this year. I think everybody's playing together. I think everybody's playing well together. So I guess we'll Only time will tell.
Yeah. I mean, that's the only teams that I kind of have right now is the Clippers, the Suns, and the Lakers. Tragic.
I got three teams. All right. So this one's might catch y'all off guard. First team is the Boston Celtics. It's now or never for the Celtics, I think, to win it because how many opportunities can you get with a prime Tatum and a prime Jaylen Brown? A year in and a year out, you keep coming up short. I mean, the Eastern Conference right now, other than the New York Knicks, I will say, I think the Eastern Conference is in the running for the Celtics to take right now. And you have the other contenders in the mix like the Bucks, the Heat, the 76ers with Embiid healthy. But this is the Celtics. This should be a runaway to get the NBA Finals this year because Tatum's playing at an MVP level. Jaylen Brown's been playing pretty good. You finally get a good defender in your starting lineup in Drew Holiday. You have Porzingis out there. He's been healthy for the majority of the season. Derek White too.
Well.
Yes, if they don't get it done this year, I don't think they're ever going to get it done in Boston with Tatum and Brown. I think they definitely got to capitalize on it this year. Too many missed chances, too many trips empty of going to the Eastern Conference Finals and the NBA Finals over the last few years to have 0 rings and no accomplishments to say, hey, we at least got one together. So I think it's now or never for the Celtics this year, for sure. The other two teams is the two teams that Rob mentioned and Kurt. The Lakers are one of them. It's only because LeBron is nearly 40. Anthony Davis, since being a part of the team since 2019, still has not shown that he can be the number one guy for LA, and then LeBron James is the sidekick. We have yet to see that out of Anthony Davis. I think he's just – and the rest of the roster, I just think them switching in and out of role players every year, I just don't think that's a championship formula. I think their window's closing. Fred, I got to put the Warriors on there too because you can never count out that core of Curry, Thompson, and Green because they have 4 championships. But they're getting older. Right now, Steph Curry's putting y'all on his back right now.
Hey, y'all better not dismiss my man Draymond because ever since Draymond has come back, we're like 17-3 since Draymond's come back.
I was about to say Draymond when he don't want to beat up people, put them in headlocks.
But I feel like because the whole first half of the season, Draymond just wasn't there. Like
yes, this is true.
For 80% of the games the first half, he was not there. Since he's been back, he's been very good. He came back, maybe a month before the All-Star break, something like that. And ever since then, we've been good. So y'all can count us out if y'all want to.
I'm not look, I'm saying y'all could – oh, go ahead.
I don't think we're a championship team right now, but I feel like we are one piece away. I feel like if we get maybe a defensive big or a superstar wing, I think
you have one. And Andrew Wiggins,
I don't know what
he just fell off the map.
I don't know what's going on with that brother. Even though he also has been playing better since Draymond came back. Also, Kuminga, he's not really a 3. He's more of a 4. But that dude's you better watch out for him. Watch out for him.
Tell Steve Kerr get him more opportunities.
Yeah, it's rough. There's not really a spot for him because we're not playing him over Draymond, and we can't play him over Andrew Wiggins. So unless we move Draymond to the 5, but sometimes he a little too old to play the 5s and guard.
Right now in the West, he would get bodied. He would get bodied at the 5 right now in the West.
He would get put in a box.
He was trying to guard Jokic the other night, and Jokic was
He probably playing with him.
It's Jokic. He can't do it to everybody, but it was looking bad. So
I just feel like you can never count them out, but I feel like over time, I give y'all another year or two in the window because the core is getting older, and the West right now is that's about
ridiculous. The West is always ridiculous though.
Gauntlet.
Hey, I don't want to say it. That might be the varsity of the NBA.
I wish I played in that sorry ass East Conference.
Oh,
Nah, it ain't that bad compared to the NFL, like NFC versus AFC.
Yeah.
It ain't that bad.
I mean, the Celtics are 8 games in front of the second place, and if you
The
want to
Celtics
go
are
over,
just dominating everybody, though.
yeah, and 8 games back in the Western Conference would put you in ninth.
I did
Oh wow!
see that. I did see that stat the other day. That was kind of crazy.
So I'm just saying.
Hey, it's a lot of elite teams out in the West.
Yeah.
But that's going to bring us into the next segment, talk about the Western Conference. So we're going to share our contenders or pretenders in the Western Conference. All teams above 500 will be eligible and will be discussed. So let's start off with the top teams. You have the Minnesota Timberwolves, who are 40-17. Are they contenders or pretenders?
I do not believe that they will be doing anything inside the playoffs. I think they might get out the first round. Depending on who they play, and they might just be, sorry ass playing. Well, it is going to be probably a sorry ass playing team. Pray to God it's not us. But yeah, after that, I don't see it working out. Because I think as it stands right now, after that, they might play the Kings, and I think the Kings would win that. But it was the Kings would win that. I mean, they've been playing good basketball in the regular season, but I mean, we've seen teams play very good basketball in the regular season and then not be able to do it in the playoffs, which was the Hawks, back with Jeff Teague and them.
Yeah. Why?
I mean, if you want to keep going down, I do think the Thunder are a very good team. SGA is ridiculous. That dude's ridiculous.
He's the best point guard in the league right now.
It seems like he drops 30 every night, and that mid-range post fade he does, unstoppable. Unstoppable.
This is true.
Yeah. I mean, the defending champs, the Nuggets. I'm definitely not counting the champs out. The Clippers are definitely a to be determined team. I see them as a to be determined. I do think they can do something. I definitely think they can make a push. But I mean, it all kind of goes with how hard they want to play. The Suns, I think the Suns might be ass. The Suns might be ass.
Like LaShawn McCoy saying Dak is ass, or
yeah. I think Devin Booker can be a distributor at some points. I mean, you've seen him be good at it, but I don't know if I think they need like an actual point guard running the show. And I don't believe that Devin Booker is that. I just feel like he's a slightly better Bradley Beal who can pass a little bit better.
In terms of controlling the basketball, yeah, I agree with that.
And then, I mean, Kevin Durant's Kevin Durant, but, I mean, you've seen him be on good teams and not be able to make it several times. So, that's really my thoughts on that. The Pelicans, I feel like they're just probably a regular season team. They're in 6. I don't really see them doing much. Zion doesn't seem like he really loves basketball like we thought he did.
Nope.
The Kings, I'm not sure what's going on with the Kings. How did De'Aaron Fox not make an All-Star game, though?
It was a lot. That Western Conference team for the All-Star, it was loaded.
Very true. Yeah, it's very true. I guess, yeah. Because there's only a limited amount of spots. That's how I didn't make it. Yeah. But, yeah. That's running down. The Mavs, I don't see them doing much either.
You don't see them going on a run?
No. I mean, I see Luka carrying the fuck out of him. I mean, obviously Kyrie's gonna be there. Kyrie's gonna hit big shots. Kyrie's gonna do his thing. But I mean, defensively, what they doing?
They're not stopping nobody. No kids crossing the crosswalk.
Hell no. I mean, I've seen Luka in the first 30 seconds of the game jog back on defense. Like, that's not championship basketball.
He don't play defense.
Yeah, you're not.
Who you say?
I've seen Luka.
Oh, Luka, yeah, he don't play. Nope.
Honestly, I keep hearing people say Trae Young's the worst defender in the league. Nah, it's Luka. It's
It's
Luka.
definitely Luka.
It's Luka by a mile too.
That's
It's not
half
even
the league like that though.
huh?
Half the league don't like to play defense no more.
Very true. But I mean, this dude Luka don't even run back on defense. Like it's all effort with Luka too. Cause like it's not like he doesn't have like the body for it. Pause. Um, but yeah, I mean like the dude's big. I mean he's not the fastest guy in the world, but that don't mean you can't slide your feet. I don't see him helping on no double teams. I don't see him fighting over screens. It's effort with that dude. I mean he gives 100% effort on offense. Well, I mean it looks like 50%, but it's 100% efficiency. So. Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's really the rundown of the top 8 teams on the West for me.
Damn, bitch.
I mean, after that, this it's kind of a shit show.
Okay. Okay.
So,
Go ahead, Rob.
so are we just going through all of them?
Yeah, we can just go through all of them one by one.
Okay. Um. Yeah, I mean, I think the Timberwolves. I mean, they're. I don't want to say like they're pretenders just because they're like it takes a lot to be first in the West. I mean, you got to give them credit for that, especially their point differential, the second best in the West. You know, they got two towering big men. Anthony Edwards is definitely a superstar. But I feel like, they don't have a lot of experience in the playoffs also, so like that's probably going to be their downfall. And you know, if they play like the Kings or the Mavs or even the Warriors, I mean, they could lose in the first round. I mean, I don't think. Well, the thing with the Warriors is they don't really have a big man, so that might be
Draymond
tough
through
tough road,
five.
Yeah.
especially with all the
I
size that
mean,
Minnesota has.
we ain't really got to put nobody on Rudy Gobert.
No, but I mean he's getting every rebound over
He is.
anyone on
He
that team.
is. He's getting rebounds.
Nobody gonna be
And
able
look,
to box him out.
He's gonna
yeah.
have like
And
4 blocks a game in that
he'll
series.
probably get a
Um,
whole bunch of putbacks and shit like that.
yeah,
But I mean,
the,
if we catch him on the low block, that motherfucker is cooked.
yeah, he's fucked. He's
He is
fucked.
cooked.
But I mean, yeah, they have one of the best defenses in the league right now. They're holding opponents to 106.4 points a game. That's good for best in the West, by quite a few, by like 4 points. The next team is Denver at 110.7. So they're kind of on the fence for me, just because there's some pros and cons there. But the Thunder, I think they're ready. I think they're contenders. I know they're a young team. Don't get me wrong, but you also got to give them credit for how well they've played. SGA is the best point guard in the league right now. His supporting cast is very good, very young, but they're all really good. I mean, they have talent out the ass. I mean, we all saw this coming though, with the amount of draft picks they got, with with how they loaded up their farm and stuff. So, um, you know, they could be better on defense. I mean, it's not too bad. I mean, it's one of the best defenses, but it's not quite the best. But 23-6 at home. I mean, that speaks volumes.
Yeah.
So I think they're going to go on a run. I really do. Um,
Can I say one thing about the Thunder supporting cast?
yeah.
That motherfucker Josh Giddey is ass. He
Oh
is
yeah.
ass. He
What
is,
happened to him? He
I
was so
don't
good.
know. He used to be like a rising prospect. He is
I
ass.
think they ready to replace him this summer. Depending
I
on
Yeah.
what
think
they do, they definitely about to replace him.
I think
Dude can barely
the
he just barely scored 10 points.
ever since he got with a minor, it like kind of screwed with his head. I don't know.
Damn.
Guess those
I
charges
don't know,
sitting in the
man.
back of his head.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean, hey, it happens. But Denver, they're obviously contenders. They just won the finals last year, and as long as you have literally probably the best player on the planet right now, um, you're gonna I mean, you're going to do some things. So it's not much that I really need to say about them. Second best defense in the West. They're just unbelievable. The Clippers, like y'all were saying, I mean, they need to prove something to me. They're kind of like the Sixers of the West. I mean, they need to prove something to me before I give them any credibility. I mean, it does help that they have James Harden now, and he's got some playoff experience. Doesn't have any rings to show for it, but he has playoff experience. Although he is prone to disappearing in the playoffs, as well as turning the ball over a bunch.
And with Paul
Uh,
George, the only
yeah, the
person
Sun.
on there with some good playoff experiences, Kawhi.
Yeah, if they didn't have Kawhi, they'd probably be like 8th in the West or something like that.
Probably.
I mean, yeah, but Phoenix. I mean, as long as you have KD, I mean, you have a shot. I mean, KD is KD, and Booker, obviously is a really good player offensively. He could be better on defense. Their defense ain't that bad looking at their points per game, at least. So it ain't too bad. But Pelicans, no, I don't think they're doing nothing. Let's just throw it out of the way right now. Too young. I don't know. I just don't like their supporting cast. I don't think McCollum is great. He's decent.
I think it's
Very
time is over.
inconsistent. Very inconsistent player, getting older. Ingram's pretty good. I like Ingram. But
He
Zion
also
is,
sometimes can be inconsistent though.
yeah, that's true. I don't know about them. The Kings, I mean, they have experience. They could make some noise. I mean, they could turn it around. I mean,
Experience.
as long as they get out of the play-in, as long as they get out of the play-in, they play the Timberwolves. They have a shot to at least get to the second round. I mean, they could beat the Timberwolves, especially with Sabonis and De'Aaron Fox in there. Mavs, not a great team. Let's just keep it at that. They got Luka and Kyrie, and that's it. And we've said enough things about the Lakers and Warriors to where it doesn't really need to be talked about, honestly.
Yeah. I think we should stop.
Right.
Yeah, we'll stop there just for their sake.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get mine out of the way
The
real
only
quick.
teams we can make fun of are Thomas's.
Hold up, bro.
Because I know, I already know. Bro. All right, so Timberwolves, bro. I just want to say this, okay? I'm gonna say it like this: Western Conference sucks anyway. Because one, they got beat in the game. That's what made me angry. I'm mad about that still. That All-Star game. I just wanted to point that out. That shit just pissed me off. Just because I thought about it. You know what I mean? But yeah. So the Timberwolves, who are what? They're 40-17, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep, they're first.
I mean, hey, Timberwolves. I'm gonna go. They're contenders as of right now. Obviously, being 40-17. Same thing with the Thunder. So both of them are at the top right now. I think with the Thunder's on a win streak right now. If I'm pretty sure. Hold on, let me see real
They're on a
quick.
Yeah, they're on a
5-game win
they're
streak.
on a 5-game.
Yeah, boys is hot right now. So okay, so the first two contenders, the Nuggets are obviously contenders with Jokic. You have a big man who can really do it all. The boy is he's doing this as a side mission. Basketball, he's just here for fun, bro. If we look at him, he just like
He just wants
everything is
to
easy
take
for
care
him.
of some horses, man.
Man, that like body screen that that handoff body screen that he sets is absolutely OP. It is OP. With Jamal Murray just wraps around Jokic. Jokic is just huge
Yeah.
and just hands it off, wide open shot every single time. I don't know how many times I've seen that.
Big bodies, man. Big bodies for the win.
Big body James work.
The Clippers On the other hand, I'm going pretenders. Just because you already know they're cursed, bro. They can't get shit to work. Come on now, we've seen this already. Suns. Uh the Suns I'm going pretenders. It don't feel like they clicking like they should be. Like, once you get to the playoffs, obviously you know how things gonna go. And I feel like they should be clicking as a team, but also I don't know. I feel like it's just gonna be like, give me the ball and I'm gonna get the ball, and that's it. That could happen. You know what I mean? Pelicans, pretenders, easily. We don't even gotta talk about them. And the rest. Dallas Mavericks. Another team that could be low key dangerous, but I don't see it happening because you got boys who don't like to play defense. And when you don't play defense, you can't win. You know what they say, defense wins championships. And the Lakers and Warriors. On to the next.
You sure you don't want to mention the Lakers?
You know what? I'm gonna let you have it for right now, because we had it all season with the Cowboys. So I'm gonna let you have it for right now. I'm gonna let you have it.
All right. I guess I'll run down through real quick. All right. Timberwolves. I'm on the fence with them, but I have to say contenders. I can't. I have to say I'm really impressed with what they've done so far at this point in the NBA season. You asked me in fall, would they be the top tier team in the Western Conference heading into the second half of the season? I would never believed you, but they're at the top of the food chain in the West. Anthony Edwards has played very well all season long. Karl Anthony Towns has actually been healthy and available. Rudy Gobert is playing at elite. I would say a good level defensively this year, but he's the favorite right now to win Defensive Player of the Year once again. And Rob touched on how good they are defensively. I like that, and I think if those three can still play at a good level, be healthy, and the defense keeps up, I think they are contenders. But it depends on who they're going to play in the first round, because there's a lot of teams that could have that 8th seed that could give them a lot of problems in the first round. But I'm going to say they're contenders. I agree with y'all. OKC, that young team, I like them. They're contenders. Their young core, or their young pieces, I should say, because like I said, Josh Giddey has kind of fell off the map. But I'll say their young pieces, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Chet Holmgren, I think it's going to be the future for OKC. I think they just got to find a few more pieces over the next few years, and they could win a championship very, very soon. But I think they could contend this year. The sky's the limit as long as SGA is playing at this level. He's averaging 31 points per game. Chet Holmgren is putting together something pretty good for his rookie season, his first season in the NBA. Nuggets, we already know about the Nuggets. The defending champs, they're not going nowhere. Jokic, that man is, I don't know how he was creating the lab, but his basketball skills, oh my.
Man, if that brother had some defense,
if he had defense, I would really have to say he probably would go down as one of the best big men in NBA history. He still has time to do that.
yeah.
I think he
Defense,
already
it wouldn't
will.
even be fair. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think he already
I
will.
agree with that.
if he keep doing what he's doing right now, he definitely will.
Yeah.
I think I said a few months ago, I think he's the best, I would say he has the most skill set of big man NBA history in terms of what he could do with the basketball as a playmaker, his shooting ability, his footwork. I think Jokic has it all, though. But I think they could contend in the West for sure again this year. They might go back to back. I don't know how this is going to play out. But as long as he's playing that pick and roll game with Jamal Murray and Jokic, that was unstoppable in the playoffs. And Eric Gordon, he showed up pretty well for them. So, and they were dominant. I think they only how many games they lose total in the playoffs? They lost one. They only lost four games in the playoffs total last year. So,
Swept the Lakers.
huh?
Swept the Lakers.
Yeah, they swept the Lakers. Sorry, Kurt. That is the only team they did sweep. I mean, they gentlemen swept us, but hey. But they only lost 4 games in the playoffs last year. My fault. All right. Clippers. All right. See, they look good, but they can't be trusted when it matters most. I'm gonna have to say the pretenders because even though Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, James Harden, and Russell Westbrook has worked out in LA so far this season, and Ty Lue has done a great job coaching this team, they are cursed.
They
They,
are
like Curtis
cursed.
said, they are cursed. If they couldn't get it done when Lob City was in their prime, when they couldn't get it done when they were up 3-1 against the Nuggets in 2020 in the second round with Kawhi and Paul George healthy, how can I trust them right now when the Western Conference is hot as a forest fire and there's competition everywhere, stacked top to bottom? I can't trust them when it matters most. So I'm going to have to say they're pretenders. The Kings, I don't know what I agree, Fred. I don't know what happened to him. Like, this is not the same team I saw last year that was,
Nope.
they were setting the beam. What they have in Sacramento? Setting the beam?
Yep. Light the beam.
Lighting the beam? They're not doing that
That
this
was it.
year because even though this team on paper is very underrated, but I just don't think they're ready to take the next step of winning a championship right now.
Definitely.
And I know last year they were young. They still had cold feet playing the championship caliber team in the Warriors in the first round. But man, that series showed me that two things: either they're gonna pick it up from what they did last year, or they're just gonna fall off the map. Right now, they're heading into the direction of falling off the map because I don't see this same team. I don't see this magical run happening right now in Sacramento.
It's crazy because it is the exact same team too.
Yes,
Exact same
exactly.
team.
And I right now with second half, I just see them remaining in the middle of the pack for the remaining of and I feel like they're going to be a 5th seed or 6th seed heading into the playoffs, and I don't think that whoever they play, I don't think that's going to be good for them. So I'm going to say pretenders. Now this is the one I've been waiting for: the Suns. The Suns are pretenders. They have the hardest schedule remaining in the NBA regular season, and that could play a factor of how they are for seeding wise. I mean, you really don't want to have to go in the play-in tournament. That's like your last resort. You don't want to have to do that, but they might have to for having the hardest schedule remaining. And I said this over and over and over again. If Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, and Bradley Beal aren't out there consistently, they're never going to win a championship because you gave up so much to have Bradley Beal and Kevin Durant in Phoenix, and you got no depth really to lean on. Yeah, they could be good sources for a few games, but can they be a good sources for 7-game series? I don't see it. And
In the playoffs,
yes,
that's a whole different ball game.
and Bradley Beal has already missed so much time in the regular season this year. Been hurt, sidelined. I don't think they have enough depth to go in there. If Bradley Beal is hurt with Kevin Durant and Devin Booker like they tried last year in the playoffs, they're going to have to run both of them for 40-plus minutes. And
not to mention, they don't have to they have to be on their A game every single game of the playoffs.
Yeah.
That's not a good rest. I mean, you could lose, but you don't want to.
Right.
But you running your star players in from the ground into the ground from round one as far as you think you can get playing them 40-plus minutes a game. That's not a good recipe for success in the playoffs. So I gotta say the pretenders. Even if Bradley Beal does come back, like what's his name? Jurkic? Yeah, Jurkic. Okay, but if he I don't know. I feel like he's not that guy, that big man that they were. I mean, Aiden wasn't that guy.
No,
He was not that guy, but they're gonna get Aiden alive in the paint in the playoffs. I can see it.
I think.
Just attack.
I mean, he's a body. I think that's as much you can say. He can get rebounds. I don't think he's one of the best rebounders in the league. I mean, I think he's just kind of like a jack of all trades. He's kind of good at doing everything, but he's not great at anything.
I agree with that. But I just don't see it. And I actually should have also added them to the championship window also because it's now or never. Because now you have those three pieces. What trades can you really do now? Because Kevin Durant's already 35.
Mm-hmm.
Devin Booker is he's going to be the centerpiece there for a long time until he
He's
wants
also
out.
injury prone. So
yes.
And then you also gave him that massive contract.
Yes.
He had that
true.
massive contract when he came there. So.
And then Bradley Beal, this was not. if they knew Bradley Beal would be like this hurt still when they traded for him, I don't know. I think their window. They got a year and I think I give them a year and a half window because if it don't work out, and they should have never got rid of Monty Williams. Also, I feel like he had his moment last year where okay, yeah, they were a second round exit, but to bring in Frank Vogel,
Yeah.
no. Curtis can even tell you that he's not even that good. What was that?
But
What was that?
Downgrade.
Yeah, they should have kept
alive.
but yeah, I should have added them to the list because they don't have much time to do anything because you're stuck with them three. You really can't do no big time trades in the summer.
Yep.
So I think their window's closing too. Pelicans. I don't know if y'all seen on Twitter or X, wherever people call it nowadays, but they're beefing harder with Stephen A. Smith and their chances of busting their asses in practice to go win a championship, do something right now for the playoffs. Have y'all seen that?
No.
No.
I've seen the Stephen A. talking about him. I haven't seen the rebuttal for it though.
Oh, whoever runs the Pelicans account is nasty, yo. Y'all gotta go see it after this. Y'all gotta go see that. But Pelicans, they're pretenders because Zion is back and healthy, but I just don't see that same desire, the same burn that I seen when he was playing for Duke, and everybody said he was supposed to be a top prospect since LeBron came out. I don't see that. I don't see that. CJ McCollum, I think his prime days are over. I think he's a good role player now, but I think his prime days are over from what we saw when him and Lillard were in Portland. Brandon Ingram, I think he just deserves a better team. I mean, he does, like y'all said, he does have inconsistent times, but he's inconsistent at times. But I think he just deserves to be on a better team.
Yeah, I think he's just not a number one, and with Zion playing 75%, it's kind of forcing him to be the number one. He's not that dude.
Mm-hmm. He's number two best, I think. Maybe
he could definitely go in and be a number two.
Yeah. I'd say so too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Who we at now? Mavericks. They're on the fence, but due to the fact that I can't see them playing good defense, and we said like they're not going to stop a kid crossing a crosswalk. I gotta say they're pretenders because they could be a dark horse in the West, but Luka's back is going to give out. He cannot carry that team forever. I mean, Kyrie is there. When Kyrie has been there playing, they've been good and they're better with him on the court. I think that PJ Washington trade though in the future, if Jason Kidd can unlock his potential, I think that he's gonna have a big role in Dallas. Maybe it'll start next year, or we might see it towards the end of this season. But I think the sky's the limit for him because the Hornets, I don't know what the heck they were doing with him and Terry Rozier. Like they didn't know what to do with those guys. So those are my thoughts on those teams. Lakers, I will mention the Lakers and Warriors. Even though Lakers, Curtis, the good news is you have LeBron James. So I have to say you guys are contenders. This is the only thing. Only because what y'all shown y'all could do in the playoffs last year as a 7th seed, knocking off the 2nd seeded Grizzlies last year, and then beating the Warriors last year, going to the Western Conference Finals. I didn't expect that. So never say never. It could happen again. So I'll throw y'all in contenders. Fred, Warriors, I'll throw y'all in contenders also. Y'all do have a chance as long as Steph Curry's out there. But Klay Thompson need to pick up his slack, man. Like, immediately.
Yeah. I mean, ever since he come off the bench, he's had some slightly better games.
It shouldn't get to that point, though.
Yeah, it should not.
He should be starting.
I feel like he has, bro. It was okay when he was hitting them motherfuckers, but the dude's a jack. Like, he just be throwing them things.
This is true.
And he used to say, I remember he used to say, like, people would ask him, like, Clay, why the hell you shoot that shot? He used to say, I work on that shot every day. And I was like, you know what, Clay? I know you can hit that shot. Now, I look at him like, hey, brother, stop shooting it. Stop shooting that shot. You don't shoot, like, the faders out of bounds on the three-point line. Stop it. Stop it. I'm tired of seeing that shit. They don't go in.
This is true.
And, every once in a while you'll see him have a hot night and then followed up by just absolute trash.
But why is
The pain,
this
pains
man coming
my
off the bench, yo? Is this a punishment from Steve Kerr? What is
I
this?
think it's just to calm him down. I think it's to calm him down and give him a realization of where he's at in his life.
Yeah, I can see it. So I mean, some players need that type of discipline or a reset button.
Basically, it might also be a get right or get out type of deal.
I
I can
mean,
see him
hey,
leaving.
let me ask you this, Fred, before we move on. Do you think the Warriors will re-sign Clay because he's expected to be a
Man.
free agent this summer? Do
So,
you think y'all gonna give him a bag, or this is
so
the
he
end?
actually said in a conference, in a press conference not too long ago that he would actually take less money to stay and be a Warrior, because he said for his whole career he's wanted to be a Warrior for life. So I mean, if brother want to take a pay cut, I'd definitely keep him for a pay cut. But if he wants, good money, he can't get it over here, brother. You're not getting it over
So
here.
no bag for Clay,
No
who's won
bag,
4 titles with y'all.
no bag, no bag. That the dude who won 4 titles with us, that's not that Clay.
No.
Mama call him Clay. I'm gonna call him ass.
Damn.
Nah, I still got so much love for dude, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's a business, and if you look at it as in like a business standpoint, you can't have a guy like that making money, especially when we could use that to go get a free agent and actually help the team. So if you want to take a
Nah,
pay cut, though, hey, you can stay a Warrior for as long as you want to. Well, not as long as you want to, but
I
we
get that.
we will run them dry.
But okay, go ahead and move on to the final segment. What? All right, so let me say this also. The reason why I made this segment is I do believe that I'm gonna ask y'all in a second, but I do believe that Justin Fields is about to get the boot in Chicago. So where is y'all's best landing spots for Justin Fields? And do y'all think he is? Let me ask y'all. Do y'all think he is gonna get traded from the Bears?
See,
Yes.
see, listen. I would say yes if it wasn't the Bears.
Mm.
The Bears are retarded. The Bears are retarded. But I mean, there's multiple different places for him to go, and I could see him flourishing. I mean, there's teams that have all of it together. They just are missing a quarterback. Um, I would say the Commanders because I feel like they're
Mm.
like a prime team who has it all together and is just missing a quarterback. But I
Mm.
mean,
All together? What you mean by that, Driscoll?
well, um,
He
let
go
me
get
rephrase my
eaten
words.
alive. You
Let
don't
me
got no line.
let me rephrase my word. I feel like they have the defense and the skills positions.
The defense. They got the
What
they got the
defense?
D line, maybe the pass
What
rush.
defense? They traded both of their best defenders away.
I
Montez
say
Sweat
I
and
Payne
Young are both gone.
Payne's still there
Pay-
on the D
oh,
line.
that's it. Their secondary is trash. Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. That
barbecue chicken.
rookie corner that they got, that
from
dude is ass.
Mississippi State. Yo,
Manuel
I think he got
Forbes.
benched. I think he got
Yeah,
benched.
is Brian Forbes Jr. or whatever.
Manuel Forbes.
Yeah, Emmanuel.
He's
Yeah.
not good.
He's garbage. I remember my Commanders friends were telling me he's gonna be
Yeah.
tough. He's gonna be a stud. This and that.
Yeah. I got a
No,
coworker, Commanders fan, who was so
no,
talking so high on that dude.
no.
Ass.
Trash.
Um, there's a couple different teams. Another team that I think is even a better fit is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Mm.
You think
Um,
they should keep it? You think they should go after him
see,
instead of keeping Baker?
the thing is, like the little run that Baker had, I believe that they think that Baker can do it again. I, on the other hand, don't believe in Baker. I think
Mm.
he's kind of trash. Um, so I mean, a fresh start with Justin Fields, especially if they could re-sign what's
Mike
the
Evans.
Mike Evans. I think they could do some work too.
Mm-hmm.
There was one more team that I had. Oh, thank you. The Saints. The Saints is another team. Given they don't have a quarterback at all. Derek Carr is whoa. Derek Carr is whoa. Dude, Jameis Winston said he wants to go and compete for a starting job. You can't do that, brother. You can't do that. You can't do that.
Hey, what you mean, yo? As long as what he do in the pre-huddle, pre-game speech, licking them fingers. Hey, he throw up that sign.
That
Yeah.
eat a dub.
That's
Nah, bro. Nah. After, bro, like if you think about that 30 touchdowns, 30 interception season,
crazy.
like I was actually, it's kind of crazy. It was like a couple months ago. I was watching the highlights for Jameis Winston of that season. Dude had like 4 picks every game. He got benched like 3 times that season.
How do you
It was
do
crazy.
that?
It was
30 touchdowns, 30 interceptions.
that is
That's awful.
absolutely that is so bad.
That's like stats
So bad.
of you playing on Madden for the first time for a full 8, 17, 18 games.
Nah, for real. That is rough. And that's terrible. That is so bad.
That's like the stats you put up in franchise if you're playing all Madden.
Yeah. There was like 3 or 4 weeks in a row that he started like first drive with an interception.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, it was like 8 pick sixes that year. He was just bad. He was bad. He is bad.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, those are my 3 teams that I believe Justin Fields would be good at or a good fit for.
I have an idea.
Also, one more thing for the Commanders fans: Sam Howell, garbage, absolute
Oh, gone. He's gone.
garbage.
He's gone.
That's another. Like, I have a Commander coworker. He was talking so high about Sam Howell, talking about, oh, he's leading the league in passing yards. Yeah, when you throw the ball 50 times a game,
Yeah.
anybody can lead the league in passing
He's
yards.
got no
Garbage.
run game.
Okay.
No run game.
Which
What were
is
you gonna
All
say,
right.
Kurt?
crazy
So
because the one dude, their running back is kind of good.
Yeah.
Bro.
No line.
Was it Brian
Yeah.
Robinson?
Yeah.
That was a dog. No lie. They also didn't give him the ball. They didn't give him the ball. There's no reason he should be averaging like 45 yards a
Because
game.
Eric Bieniemy, he had Patrick Mahomes for years, so I'm gonna get pass happy with Sam Howell. That's how that basically works.
I'm gonna turn him into the next Patrick Mahomes. Fuck ass no. Fuck ass no.
What you think, Kurt? What you got in mind?
all right. So the first team I got is the Falcons. So the Falcons over there, they got a young team over there. So I mean, what they got? Kyle Pitts. They got London.
Mm-hmm.
Who else over there?
Bijan?
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure aren't they about to get like a new offensive coordinator?
Yeah, they got rid of Arthur Smith. He's trash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, you about to bring in a new offensive coordinator. You already got young talent. All you need is the QB. Justin Fields is not completely trash. He's just that organization itself is not working for him.
Yep.
So, I mean, that's one place I can see him going. I can see him going to the Broncos as well. You know,
Mm-hmm.
they not
Good team.
treating that boy Russell Wilson over there. You know what I mean? They just like get the fuck out of here. Basically,
That's ridiculous
that's basically what
for
they
you to
told
bench
that boy.
Russell Wilson though. That was
I think that would.
absolutely
He
I think
wasn't even doing bad either. He
That's
was
what
doing
I'm
good.
saying. It's
He was
like they hoeing him
doing
or
good.
something.
you know they wanted that higher draft pick.
Yeah. No, after
see that.
they
Oh
lost
yeah.
by 70 points, I mean, you can't really, you got to do something. I guess I can
Yeah.
respect that, but
Yeah.
shit.
There's no reason you should lose by that much. No reason.
And then I got one more team. I got the Raiders. You know.
You don't
Let's
fuck with Aiden
see.
O'Connell? Dude's gonna be
Say
the
it
next GOAT.
again.
Oh,
Dude's gonna be the next GOAT.
He's terrible.
what?
I mean, hey man, hey.
Hell
I'm just
no.
saying, man. Jimmy Garoppolo not about to be there. I think.
Yeah.
Josh Jacobs might be a free agent. He might not be. I don't
Yeah,
know.
He
I
is.
think he
yeah,
is.
he,
He
yeah.
is. So, I mean, they might be rebuilding. You got to start with a QB. So, why not, right?
It's
Yeah, because
just that,
Jimmy
man.
G is.
I hate to see Justin Fields go into like another shitty ass situation.
See, that's why I feel like that Broncos or any Broncos quarterback that because Wilson is gone,
Mm.
but anybody that's gonna play quarterback there, where they draft a quarterback, where they get Fields, I feel like their spirit's gonna be broken so fast because just Sean Payton just kicked Russell Wilson out when he finally was getting back on track. I mean, he wasn't like the Seattle Seahawks Russell Wilson, but he was cooking better than what he did the season before last. I
Yeah,
mean,
he definitely was.
so if you're gonna get rid of somebody that's trying to redefine their career, what are you gonna do to a youngster? What are you gonna do to a rookie trying to develop his game, or a Justin Fields trying to develop, still improve while he's a starting quarterback? I don't know. Broncos, I think that if they draft somebody or they do get Fields, I think that's a sink or swim moment because if
Mm-hmm.
you ain't fitting the bill for Sean Payton, he's gonna drown you just like he did Russell Wilson.
Hey, it's true. I might, you know what I mean? But that's the only three teams so far I got.
Hmm. So my three. Um, well, the first one was my obvious one was the Falcons too. That running game with Bijan and Justin Fields would be ridiculous. I mean, if they learn how to use Bijan, that is, hopefully the next guy they bring in knows what he's doing with him. I mean, it was really pretty simple for that offense last year. Just give him the ball, and they couldn't even do that.
And
They instead
even the
they
times
wanted.
when he got the ball, though, he was putting in work.
Yeah, I know. I had him in fantasy when he had as much as 25 points, and then he had as much as 0.3. There was no in between. In that one game where uh, he was just magically had an illness like halfway through the game,
Wow.
and no one said
I said,
anything.
"Oop,
And
my
I
bad."
started. I was like, "Oh, he's got an ill." Like they got fined for that because you can't do that shit.
No, you can't.
But yeah, the Falcons are an obvious pick for me with the young talent they have. I feel like this. I mean, it's kind of a dark horse. The Steelers,
I
maybe.
I
I
completely
mean,
forgot. I was thinking about the Steelers too.
the Steelers, man, they got a great defense. They got a running game. I don't like Najee Harris. I think he's trash.
Yeah, bro, the
Jalen
Steelers
Warren
run their
though.
running back into the dirt. They run their running back into the dirt.
Jalen
I mean,
Facts.
Jalen Warren is legit. I think he's
yeah,
legit.
I think they're
He
gonna run him into the dirt too. I mean, once
maybe.
if he becomes the primary back, he's gonna get 20 touches a game.
I mean, yeah, they play that old school football, but I mean, at least
That's
with
the
Justin
Najee
Fields,
last year. Najee had like at least like 18 touches a game, 18 to 20 touches a game.
I mean, at least with Justin Fields, you can give him some carries, so maybe
Yeah,
it'll alleviate that a
yeah.
little bit. But
I still
I mean,
think
they got
one
they
start.
got Deontay Johnson, who's really good. They got Pat Fryermuth, who's really good rising tight end.
Mm-hmm.
They got some weapons. They just don't have no quarterback whatsoever. I had a team, dark horse team, very, very dark horse team. If they don't re-sign their starter, which I doubt it, I think they will re-sign him. But the Vikings,
Mm.
Kirk probably will come back. But if they don't,
Wow,
and they want to change it up,
wow,
um,
that would be crazy.
it would. I mean, Jeddah's Jordan Addison. I think they need to get another running back. I don't think Alexander Madison is that good. But, um, you know, that could be a great team for him if they don't re-sign Kirk.
Mhm.
I think he would do well there. I mean, Jettas can make anyone do well, to be honest.
You're right.
But, yeah, that's my, that's like my long shot. But it could happen.
So that Viking, I'm I wouldn't rule that out because they've shown they will trade in the division for when they got T.J. Hawkinson from the Lions for what, a second rounder and some change a few years ago.
Yeah.
So I feel like they would be bold enough to call Chicago and say, okay, we're not 100% sure we're going to re-sign Kirk Cousins. What would it take to bring Justin Fields to Minnesota? I actually think with Aiden, Kevin O'Connell calling the plays, that might work, Rob.
Yeah. And I think, honestly, it might just be about money, too.
Yeah.
Because if Kurt wants some money, and Jetta's going to want money.
Oh, he already said
Oh,
he
for
wants
sure.
the money. He said he ready to break the bank for his paycheck.
He's gonna make.
I mean, as he
30
should.
mil plus.
As he should.
So much money. Oh my
They
God.
gonna have no choice but to pay him, or he gonna want out of Minnesota. So Kirk might have to get the boot in order to repay, or in order to pay Justin Jefferson that contract that he's looking for.
Mm-hmm.
Man, y'all have some good teams. I got two that Curtis said and Rob said. So first team, I think this should be the main point, the main landing spot for Justin Fields. I think it's the Falcons. That should be his number one place that he wants to go. If he wants to request out of Chicago personally and say he wants to go elsewhere, the Atlanta Falcons are the best fit for him because they officially hit the reset button by finally firing Arthur Smith to bring in Raheem Mostert as their new head coach. A lot of people around the league say he's already a great leader, so he could do good things for the Falcons. But it would be great for Fields to come back home. He's from Georgia. He would have that RPO game, like Rob mentioned, Fields and Bijan Robinson in the backfield. That would be explosive. And Drake London as the number one wide receiver. Look, I still think Kyle Pitts, the world of Kyle Pitts. I just feel like Arthur Smith did not use him to his full potential.
He failed.
So I feel like Kyle Pitts can still ball. You said no, Fred?
No. I was going to say there was no reason his rookie season he should only have one touchdown.
Oh,
that's wild.
That's true. That is true.
There's no reason. Especially because didn't he have over 1,000 receiving yards?
Yes.
Like, how does that work?
Yeah.
I don't even know. It shouldn't even be possible.
No.
But
Especially
definitely,
dude is a unit.
Yeah, and he just hasn't looked like the guy coming from Florida, from the Gators, just yet in the NFL because Arthur Smith has been played. And then they kept throwing in a Jonnu Smith in double tight end formations, and Jonnu Smith was the one getting the ball out of Kyle Pitts. Like, what are you doing? But
Why did they even get Jonnu Smith? Like, what was the purpose of getting him?
Because when Arthur Smith was the play caller in Tennessee, he was one of the Titans' tight ends. So, let me bring in my old guy and put him in the double tight end sets, but I'm going to let him touch the ball more than Kyle Pitt. No, that just didn't make sense to me. But
that's ridiculous.
Yeah, I just feel like the Falcons, it would be so smart because you wouldn't – right now, I feel like the asking price for Fields would be like a second or third round pick at best. And that would be your best case scenario to move off of Desmond Ridder because they have the 8th overall pick. They still got a lot of holes on that team that they need to fill, like having an effective edge rusher, or offensive lineman, or another wide receiver. So I think that would be best for the Falcons and Justin Fields. Raiders was my second team. I agree with what Kurt and Rob said. They're going to move off of Jimmy Garoppolo. They already said that. Aiden O'Connell, I feel like he's not that guy, unfortunately. But
that's my quarterback, man. That's my quarterback.
They ain't gonna be saying that for long. But I feel like right now the culture they're building for the Raiders, I think he would fit well there because Antonio Pierce is staying, and if they could re-sign Josh Jacobs, I know all the top running backs that are gonna hit free agency market. Cowboys ain't tagging Pollard. Giants are gonna let Saquon test the market. Austin Eckler is supposed to, so all the top running backs are going to test the market their contracts have expired. So if they can re-sign Josh Jacobs and then put Fields in that offense with Devontae Adams, Jacoby Myers, and Michael Mayer, their young tight end, that could work. That could potentially work for what they're building in Vegas. But my third team is this is a Hail Mary, but I would not be surprised if they get involved. Third team is the Seattle Seahawks because Mike McDonald, I know Kurt and Fred, y'all gonna miss some Mike McDonald in Baltimore.
Hey, bro, I'm about to start crying.
but
Real life.
that man could be the Sean McVay of defenses, a boy genius. For what he built for y'all's foundation of defense in Baltimore again, he's going to do that in Seattle. I think he's going to be one hell of a coach. But the reason why I'm saying the Seattle Seahawks is Pete Carroll was a big fan of Geno Smith and Drew Lock. Now there's a new sheriff in town, and Mike McDaniel has already said that he doesn't know what the future holds for Geno Smith and Drew Lock. Whether they stay for a long time, whether they draft a quarterback, I think this could be a good landing spot for Justin Fields because everything is already set up. They're building a pretty good defense again with their young pieces. You have DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett out there still at wide receiver. Najingba coming off of his rookie season, I think he's going to grow more in the slot. I think that would be a good landing spot for Justin Fields out in Seattle, though, for sure.
That's a good one. I like that.
I might be getting tired of mediocrity of Geno Smith.
Yeah, he had that one good season, but
it wasn't even that good. That's the worst part about it. It was
okay.
pretty
Good, man.
It was good, but
he was accurate. He was over 70% completion.
Yeah, but like the yards weren't there.
Yeah, I mean he wasn't throwing for no 400 yards a game or nothing, but he was getting it done.
Yeah,
I think his Pro Bowl was warranted. I think he deserved it. But yeah, I mean we know that was his ceiling for sure.
Yeah,
it's not getting better than that. It'll probably never get back to that either.
No, probably not.
But yeah, man, I feel like I meant to say this too. I feel like the reason why the Bears are moving off of him is because they don't want to take the blame of what is really happening. I mean, Justin Fields ain't bad, but like his stats, you have to say he's a bust. I mean, if you're a stat guy and you're only stat watching, yes, the stats do not look good. And I think Mitch Trubisky has better stats right now than Justin Fields for when he was in Chicago. I don't know it, but I have to say off the top of my head, it might honestly be better.
I don't know about that one. Actually, because I think didn't Mitchell Trubisky take him to the playoffs?
Yeah, I was gonna say win-loss record, winning percentage, passing touchdowns, and Mitch Trubisky might have better numbers. But I'm saying he was in a much better situation than what Fields was in when he was with Chicago.
Yeah.
Much better situation because they had a decent team, but. I don't know. I feel like, and you can't, in their situation, you can't pass on a guy like Caleb Williams. Now, me personally, I'm going to wait until we do the mock draft to really say how I feel about Caleb Williams, but I'm not falling for the next Patrick Mahomes stuff. I'm just saying that now. I'm not falling for that stuff. And oh, bless you. I really feel like it's not. I feel like you're gonna see what I'm gonna talk about in terms of Caleb Williams' ceiling in the NFL. The guy can make throw for throw, but I don't see a next Patrick Mahomes in him.
Jaden Daniels is gonna be the best in the draft. Stamp.
He's like a Lamar Jackson.
Stamp. He's gonna be the best in the draft.
He's like a Lamar Jackson, his style of play.
He's going to be the best in the draft, and I hope we get him. I pray to Lord Jesus Christ that we get him if we get a quarterback.
Wait, what draft spot are you guys at, bro?
Patriots draft him.
What
draft spot are you guys at?
6. So I don't know if we'll get him or not, but we might have to move up a couple spots. But if not, we're gonna take the second or third best receiver probably. If we take an offensive tackle again, I'm gonna fucking lose my mind. I swear to God, I'll lose my mind.
1 more year, Daniel Jones.
I mean, regardless, I mean, he's there for another year. I mean, after that year, we can cut him loose. But,
I'd rather have a good rookie.
He's still not gonna play for like at least 8 weeks or something like that. I mean, he tore his ACL, so he ain't gonna be playing for at least a little while.
You got the Italiano back there. It's like, no, he's trash too.
I think he's better than Jones. Honestly, I don't know.
Whoa,
that's a stretch.
That's
No, let me take that back.
Not good.
Let me take that back. No, he ain't.
Because he played like what 3-4 games.
Yeah, I mean he He was looking pretty good until the last game or two, and then benched him again.
Yeah. He looked good like the first 2 games.
He
Did he?
won 3. I think he won 3 games.
He did, actually. He did.
He should have won. If they would have, against the Jets when he came in, they should have freaking let him throw the ball. But, yeah.
Yeah, man. It's going to be interesting to see come draft time what happens with these quarterbacks. But, yeah, we're definitely going to be talking about that with the draft a month and some change away now.
Man, I cannot
2
wait.
months still. But, yeah. And we're definitely talking about free agency for NFL because that's coming up soon, too. But we're going to go ahead and wrap up this episode. That is all the time we have for you guys tonight. This your host, Thomas Tyree, Curtis Green, Rob Sarasulo, and Fred Harris signing off. Thank you guys for watching and listening, and we'll see you guys on next week's episode.
See ya, boys.